It's 40 degrees right now here in Paris. It's hotter than Thailand, and the only thing I have is un ventilateur, a fan, in 2026. France literally just recorded its hottest day, its hottest week ever since the 1940s. I'm French, I live here. Today let's explore the real reasons why, and it's not just because the buildings are old. Air conditioning is genuinely rare across all of Europe, and only about 20% of Europeans have ACs inside their homes. Meanwhile, in the US, it's 90%. So some Americans who are watching the news right now, they're completely horrified, and also my friends in Asia as well. But for us French, la clim, AC, is just not a thing. Question is why? As I said, it goes deeper than just the old building. Quick thing first, because a lot of people don't realize what an AC and air conditioning involves. There are two parts, deux parties. The unit inside that blows cold air, and the one outside, l'unité extérieure. That's the problem. It's big, it's loud, it makes heat, and it has to go somewhere. And in Paris, somewhere is where everything falls apart. You've got only a few places to put this exterior unit. You've got la façade in front of the building, the courtyard, la cour intérieure, or les toits, the roof. Here's the catch, that all three parts, they're common areas, common property. They don't belong to you, they belong to everyone. They belong to everyone in the building. So you can't just install it. It has to be voted on. Assemblée Générale de Copropriété. It's a building meeting where everyone can vote. And if you've ever been to one of these, bon courage. Getting all French people to agree on something is already not the easiest. Now try getting your neighbors to vote yes to put a loud, pollutant metal box outside of your building. C'est un cauchemar, a nightmare. That's reason one. Let's say your neighbors disent oui. Congratulations. Now, la mairie de Paris, Paris City Hall. If that box changes how your building looks from the streets, you have to file a déclaration préalable de travaux, a formal request to modify the exterior. Paperwork, waiting, approvals. Very often they say no. And here's where it gets interesting. The city has a rule book called Plan Local d'Urbanisme, PLU. The newest version is built around climate, and it cracks down hard on anything related to these exterior units. So it's not just hard to get them approved. The city is basically saying, non, c'est fini. Is it actually impossible to get AC in Paris? Not quite. There's a loophole, and it's what most people actually use. It's called une climatisation mobile, a portable AC unit. One single box on wheels, usually quite small, with a fat wide tube that you need to stick outside a half-cracked open window. And because it doesn't touch la façade or the actual building, you don't need a permission. No copropriété vote, no mairie. The only annoying thing is it's not ideal. It takes quite a while to cool the whole room. It's loud, and it actually eats a lot of electricity. So yes, you can have this portable AC in Paris. It's just not ideal, and it's completely different, for example, than what I grew up with, because I grew up in Southeast Asia, so I've always had ACs in my home. Mais à Paris et en France, it's not a thing. Okay, but why is Paris obsessed with its facades? Why won't Paris just put AC units over its building like everywhere else? Because Paris is a city of patrimoine, a heritage city. Its identity is its building. On facades, the balconies, gray rooftops we see in everywhere that are made of zinc. Rien n'est laissé au hasard. Nothing is left by chance. So if you start hanging metal boxes and tubes everywhere, you change the entire look of the city. And I know some of you think, come on, it's just an AC unit. People forget that Paris isn't just a city. It's kind of like a museum that people live in. You don't bolt things onto a museum. And here's the irony, is that those beautiful rooftops that we see everywhere, this week they got so hot that a Parisian roofer said he couldn't even weld them. He called it Dubai temperatures, c'est impossible. Very thing we're protecting is now baking in heat that we never designed for. And now you're gonna tell me it's only aesthetics, it's only looks, mais pas seulement, not only. There's pollution too. First, noise pollution. That outside box vibrates, it hums all day, toute la journée, toute la nuit, and in a Parisian cour intérieure, a closed rectangle of building, the sound echoes and it's actually super loud. So one person's AC becomes everybody's problem. And French law is actually strict on noise, especially at night. Minus all the celebrations that include sports or that include la fête de la musique. And here's the part that I actually find quite fascinating is that if every single person in Paris actually installed an AC air conditioning unit, it would actually make the whole city hotter. You cool your flat, but you actually heat the city. So in my personal opinion, I think that there are edge cases. I think that there are certain people that really need to have one, like elder people, people who are pregnant, those with small children. But I don't think every single person needs an AC unit that is on all day, all night. And studies suggest that the AC actually can increase the temperature by about a degree and 2 to 3 degrees if every single person has an AC unit. Ah, j'ai trop chaud. Je vais goûter mon kombucha. T'as vu, j'ai mis des framboises dedans. Elle est trop belle la couleur. So the thing that people miss is it's not actually the daytime that's the most harmful. It's actually, c'est la nuit. It's the night. Bon, on va goûter ensemble. C'est la première fois que je fais un kombucha à la framboise. Très très bon. And this week, Météo France said that it has never been this hot since 1945. The days are uncomfortable, but as we don't go out, but it's also the nights are uncomfortable as well. And I think a lot of people have trouble sleeping at the moment. And then the 2024 Olympics, les JO, the Olympic Games of 2024, Paris built the Olympic Village completely AC free. So water pipes under the floors, natural ventilation, the whole ecosystem. They were so proud and so happy. Tu vois, on n'a pas besoin de clim. We don't need AC. What happened? Team USA as well as a few other teams brought their own portable AC units. The world wasn't convinced. And after 2 weeks of sweating behind a fan, honestly, neither am I. Here's something that actually most people don't know. Paris is trying to come up with a plan, just not the one that you'd expect. Under the streets sous les rues, there's a giant coal network. Water cooled to about 4 degrees runs through the whole city around 100 kilometers to 800 buildings. It actually already cools the Louvre and the Assemblée Nationale. It's actually the biggest urban cooling system in all of Europe, and it uses about 50 or 60% less energy than AC. The plan is to triple it to around 250 kilometers by 2042, mais c'est pas demain, it's not tomorrow. Paris isn't exactly anti-cooling, it just refuses it to do it like with the units that we put on the exterior. But honestly, I think that after this crazy heat wave that we've never seen across all of France and especially here in Paris, ça va ouvrir beaucoup de débats. It's going to open a lot of debates because the city has never had to deal with such temperatures for so long. And the buildings that I currently live in, or that many Parisians we currently live in, when they were designed and when they were built, they didn't think of that because at the time, a really extreme hot summer, there are some videos where they say it was maximum 30 degrees. That was really like the hottest of the hottest. And now this week we're at like 40 degrees, 41 degrees. C'est complètement fou. Honestly, sitting here sweating, I get why people want AC. When it's 42 degrees and you can't sleep, don't really care about zinc rooftops or the patrimoine. You just want to be cooler and be comfortable. But I also get why Paris fights it and tries to come up with different, more sustainable solutions, because it doesn't want an uneco-friendly city that's covered full of metal boxes. And I've lived in cities which has them. They do buzz all day long. When you walk in the city, you do have like AC units that leak on you. It's not a great feeling, especially in summer. But I'm thinking maybe there's a middle ground and maybe there are exceptions as well. Perhaps you can ask me again in August. Maybe it's feeling hot as well. So the question is, should Paris keep fighting or should it just give in? Especially if you're from a country where it's totally normal. Let me know your thoughts about this whole situation. I'm really glad though that the city is trying to do the maximum it can. For example, right now we're about to head to a park that is normally closed to dogs, and so they're opening up a lot of parks. all of the places that were banned from being swam in, like Canal Saint-Martin, allowed to be able to swim in it. You probably saw it go past on my Instagram. If you have questions about this, let me know, because I actually love answering all your questions related to Paris city or to French culture. I'm a French Asian and I grew up between Lyon and between Southeast Asia, and I currently live in Paris, in this city that I absolutely love. And I love also sharing you like the real part of French culture for you to know more about it and also to prepare for your trips. But today was a little different, but I really enjoyed talking about this topic with you. And now with little Mémé, we're gonna go on a little walk to cool down a bit. So merci beaucoup. À bientôt!